Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Kent Sunday service for February 12th, 2023. My name is Reverend Patty Becker. I'm the spiritual leader of this community, and it is my pleasure to introduce our musicians this morning, Matt Corey, Becky Thatcher, and Linda Moe. Such a wonderful event to have them. And so I ask you to open your hearts, open your minds, and enjoy the service to the nth degree.
Morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Kent. We're glad to be here. Linda, Matt.
Hello.
Hello. We'd like to start today with a song from our friend Aaron McGon. This is about prayer, peace, freedom, and we'll switch out some words. Feel free to sing along with us. Catch the wave. Here we go. When I pray for peace, peace is revealed like the new day. Pray for peace, peace is revealed like the new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray, let's try that. When I
Pray for peace. Peace is revealed like a new day. When I pray for peace, peace is revealed like a new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray.
Let's pray for love this time.
When I pray for love, love is revealed like a new day. When I pray for love, love is revealed like a new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray.
Let's pray for truth this time.
When I pray for truth, truth is revealed like a new day. When I pray for truth, truth is revealed like a new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray.
How about pray for strength?
When I pray for strength, strength is revealed like a new day. When I pray for strength, strength is revealed like a new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray. When I pray for light, light is revealed like a new day. When I pray for light, light is revealed like a new day. Like a new day, I can see so much more when I pray. When I pray. When I pray. When I pray.
Welcome.
Oh, that was really nice. I want you to play it again. Yeah, that was a great opening. So thank you so much. I guess I'll turn around. Thank you, thank you very much. Well, hello, you Zoomers. Hello, people in the sanctuary. It's wonderful to be together today. As I already said in my introduction, my name is Reverend Patty Becker, and it is my pleasure to be the spiritual leader of Unity of Kent. That it is such a tenacious little community that we are dedicated to spiritual growth and transformation through the process of opening up our own consciousness. We hold all of you in prayer. We hold every one of our congregation in prayer and ask that the congregation, in part, hold each person in the congregation hold the entire congregation in prayer too, as well, too. And so I'd like to just, I know there's been some questions about something that's been going on in the service during our time together here in the sanctuary. And we have had the pleasure of a new attendee in our congregation, John. And John comes to us from Church of Religious Science, in which he was a prayer practitioner. Our chaplains are no longer functioning as a group. And when the chaplains were functioning as a group, I would ask one chaplain to step forward, the one on duty for that Sunday, to sit in the back of the church or corner of the church and to hold the rest of the congregation and myself and the musicians and everything that flowed in prayer. And Barbara, you can remember that. Yeah, and you participated in that. Lee participated in that, and our other chaplains did as well. John is here to take up that torch and to continue that practice for us. So he is sitting in our prayer corner and holding all of us today, right here and you on Zoom, in a prayer consciousness of the highest and best. And so I just wanted to explain that portion of John's presence with us, besides a beloved member of our community. Unity of Kent is a welcoming congregation. We invite people of all races, creeds, colors, lifestyles to be with us. For those coming from the Christian tradition, we're a very different form of Christianity, or a very different flavor of what you might be used to in our beliefs and principles. Our teachings are based on those of Jesus, as well as New Thought principles. We consider ourselves to be metaphysical in nature and part of a larger umbrella of New Thought. We believe in each person's spiritual authority, knowing that each one here, each one of you on Zoom, have within yourself the wisdom, the discernment, to make your own decisions regarding your spiritual direction. And we are here to support whatever path you're on, that you sincerely and wholeheartedly enter into as your transformational vehicle. As our wonderful musicians opened our service with a song this morning, I'd like to do an opening of my own with prayer. So if you just close your eyes, if that feels comfortable, taking some deep breaths. Feeling the presence of those around you, the presence of love in this room, the presence of Spirit as an emanation of each one of us. And this divine energy not only fills this space, but fills our hearts, fills our minds, fills our souls. It is towards this vibrant energy that we have an urge to move towards, that we want to know, that we want to live in and from. And so we come together to explore spiritual practices and to participate in a community that holds the highest value on prayer, meditation, and the power of the mind and thinking. You're not here by accident this morning. I believe each one of you is here by divine appointment, that within this service, within this experience together, that there is a particular gift for you, a realization, maybe even a question, but something that is meant to move you forward in your spiritual quest. I am so grateful for the opportunity of this gathering, for the freedom to come together, for the expanse of possibility within each of our lives. And we serve that expansion with all that we do within this next hour. And so I am grateful. I am grateful for the presence and power of divinity, for the presence and power of each one here. And so it is. Amen.
We want to invite you all to sing with us on this next song. This is a pretty easy song. We consider it a chant, and we're going to consider the qualities of freedom with that. So stand as you are able, or stay seated if you wish. It's up to you. This is called Ella's Song by Bernice Johnson Reagan, and I want to give you a taste of it, and then we'll sing together and maybe find a couple of other song words to switch out for the qualities of freedom. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. Give it a try.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Let's give it a try when we switch out freedom. What are the qualities of freedom? Justice, equity, right? Victory, spirit. Let's try justice this time. All right.
We who believe in justice cannot rest. We who believe in justice cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in justice cannot rest. We who believe in justice cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in justice cannot rest. We who believe in justice cannot rest until it comes.
Victory!
We who believe in victory cannot rest. We who believe in victory cannot rest until it comes. We who believe in victory cannot rest. We who believe in victory cannot rest until it comes.
Let's rest in spirit this time.
We who believe in spirit cannot rest.
That's right.
We who believe in spirit cannot rest until it rises. We who believe in spirit cannot rest. We who believe in spirit cannot rest until it rises.
Yeah. Very nice, everybody.
As always, awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for being here today. Each and every one of you is so important to our spiritual community, and we welcome you, and we're so glad you're here. So I have a little Valentine riddle. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Olive,
Olive who?
I love you all. So let's start with our statement of faith. There's one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. I trust and align with that power of goodness now. So Spirit Talk will resume on Wednesday at 10 a.m. with Patty Becker and the group, and it's a very lively discussion, so you might want to join in on that. You can check into our website and hit the Zoom meeting, and you'll be right there with the rest of them. This Saturday, February 18th, we're having a potluck at 5 p.m., and after that, we're having a movie about Harriet Tubman. They did a document last night on Harriet Tubman. She was quite a woman. She freed over 1,000 slaves. She was in the women's suffrage movement. She was an army cook and a spy during the Civil War. She was a patriot, an activist, and she had time to be a mother and a wife at the same time. She died in 1913 at age 91. So it's a wonderful movie. I've seen the movie, and I would encourage you to come this Saturday, join us at 5 p.m. for the potluck and the movie right after that. Also, we have a wonderful class that is starting March 5th. It's a class joined by Reverend Patty Becker and Kurt Lehman. It's a Change Your Life with 4 spiritual practices. It's the book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. You all have a flyer in your bulletin about this. It's based on the ancient Celtic wisdom. And the class consists of 9 meetings on Sunday morning from March 4th to May 7th at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It can be attended here, present. You can be here present, or you can join us on Zoom. Again, go on to the website, and you will find the class. The cost is $10 per class, or if you pay up front, it would be $70. Scholarships are available, and you can register on our website on the upcoming page events. It's going to be a wonderful class. Also, I find that you can find the books on Amazon. The 4 Agreements book is $7.49, and there's also a workbook called Practical Guide for Personal Freedom, and it's $6.99. So you can get both of those on Amazon. I invite all of you to come downstairs after service. Excuse me, we always have wonderful refreshments and conversation, so join us. So now, the virtue for today is brave. When you are brave, you demonstrate courage. Bravery helps you to face life's difficulties, especially the ones that make you feel afraid. Bravery is the strength to face the unknown, no matter what it is, and to do your best. And the affirmations, if you want to say them with me: I am brave. I face the unknown with courage. I do the right thing even when I am afraid. I am protected and empowered. If you have a little slip in your bulletin, if you would like to fill out that slip, we'll be collecting the prayers after I read the daily word. And the daily word today is compassion. Acts of loving compassion build my strength. Whether in my community or across the world, many people face hardships. As a member of the human family, I am inspired to undertake compassionate action and help however I can. Sometimes just a prayerful thought or a simple blessing can make a powerful difference in someone's life. Other times I may be able to take more direct action. I may listen to someone deeply as they share the concerns of their heart, or I may volunteer to drive them somewhere or complete errands for them. Regardless of the form my compassionate action takes, I am motivated to be of sacred service, to bring the love and care of God into the manifest form through my decisive action. When he went ashore, he saw a great crowd, and he had compassion for them and cured their sick. Matthew 14:14. So now for those that are on Zoom, if you'd like to unmute and share your prayer with us. Barbara, you want to collect the slips? If you have your slip, you can hand it to Barbara.
Hi, this is Marty. I'd like to add a prayer for my friend Terry, who is struggling with some illnesses. Thank you.
I would like to say a prayer for Turkey and Syria and for all those people that have lost loved ones.
So it is our pleasure to pray for those intentions mentioned today, as well as those written on the slips, all of the ones that have been accumulating in our prayer box. Unity is based on prayer, and that is the most powerful act we can do on behalf of one another. And so we rub our hands together to get the energy flowing, and then we direct that energy to our prayer box. There's one presence and one power active in the universe, in my life, and in the lives of my loved ones. The same presence and power is active in all of the situations and circumstances that I may face or the world may encounter. The presence and power of divinity is absolute good, and therefore its will is absolute good. That when we make our own personal choices in alignment with the attributes of spirit, good results. And so it is our pleasure to receive the benefits of prayer, to receive answers to our prayer, to receive direction, wisdom, and enlightenment as a result of our prayer. That as we speak into the universe, into Source, it returns fulfilled in the right and perfect time for the right and perfect purpose. In alignment with prayer, therefore, I release all concern and fear, and I open my heart with gratitude for the reception of just the right thing that upholds and uplifts me in every moment of my life. Letting go, letting God, it is our good pleasure to be joyful in our outcomes. And so it is. Amen.
So now's the time to greet each other with handshakes and hugs. If namaste works better for you, that's fine too.
just before I let go, I lay it down, and I'm free to receive the love of God, and I'm free to receive the love of God.
May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and have others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May you grow up to be righteous. May you grow up to be true. May you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. May you always be courageous, stand upright and be strong, and may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. May you have a strong foundation when the winds of changes shift. May your heart always be joyful. May your song of justice always be sung. And may you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young. Forever young. Forever young. May you stay forever young.
Oh, nice. Nicely done. Hi. Oh, it's good to see you. You know, the best part of being up here on Sunday morning is seeing your smiles and imagining them behind your masks and seeing pretending to see them on Zoom. But anyway, I feel very good today. I'm very happy to be here with you and very pleased that you are here. So, great music, great company. Well, almost every morning I turn to the Daily Word, and it proves to be most of the time, nearly all the time, a great inspiration for me. It has some good things to say, sometimes some turns of phrases that I hadn't really thought about before, and I find it to be a great source of inspiration in those instances. What I've noticed, though, is that certain themes in the Daily Word rotate, and they may not be the same from month to month. There's probably within a 3-month period, there'll be very little repetition, except for world peace. I found the theme of world peace shows up every single month. And as we look around our world on a daily basis, we see conflict and unrest on a lot of different levels. It exists not only on international and national levels, but also in communities and cities, in regions, and in our neighborhoods, and sometimes even in our families. The senseless loss of life, by random violence and premeditated aggression alike moves us more than ever towards longings for peace. And we keep praying for peace, wanting peace, feeling it as so much in our hearts and souls, like a squeezing for peace to come out. Praying for peace gives us an outlet for the pain we feel in our hearts when we see suffering and injustice and abuse around us, when we experience it either towards ourselves or experience it with people towards each other. If peace is to be realized, though, our prayers must be supported not only by our consciousness, but our actions and our attitudes. It's our actions and attitudes, our feelings, that which is in our inner world that creates our outer experience, the law of attraction. It's the choices that we make every single day that determines the pathways we choose to follow. We can profess peace, we can march for peace, we can rally for peace, we can sign petitions for peace, but none is as powerful as a statement beyond the statement for peace. Nothing is so powerful than to move beyond the words, move beyond the rhetoric, moving beyond the words and the thoughts and the urgings for peace in our everyday communal and personal lives, then taking action, then moving our words to a place where we can work on behalf of it through the actions we take. Martin Luther King said that true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. And we've heard in our music this morning many of the words referring to justice. Peace and justice are intrinsically linked. In any environment where justice is lacking, there will also be a lack of peacefulness. And I think you've experienced that in your own life. Think of times when you have been in situations of injustice, when an injustice has been done to you. How does that feel? Oh yeah, there's some pretty, faces going on about how injustice feels. When it's done towards us, it has a bigger impact than what we may do that that inflicts injustice on others, because we are then the center of that activity. How else does injustice make you feel, besides a yuck face? Powerless. It makes us feel powerless. What else? I'm looking for words here. Small and discounted. Yes. What else? Annoyed? Angry. Yeah, it makes us feel angry when there's injustice. And what else? Did someone say powerless? You said powerless. Okay. Well, those are the feelings that when they run amok within us, when we are feeling them, that we lash out. Our tendency is to lash out. And in many ways, that lashing out is done in a violent way. The feelings are so strong that being discounted, being minimized, being unseen, being unheard are elicit such powerful emotions of neglect and disrespect that oftentimes they emerge and erupt in violence and some sort of big action that is equal to the feelings that we are feeling inside. So for a society to be at peace, for a person to be at peace, there must also be the living out of the principles of justice. Okay. And so what are the principles of a just society? Well, for a society to be just, it must ensure the protection of everyone within that society on all levels, on the civil level, on the political level, economic level, cultural level, on social level, that people need to know that they matter. Right now there's such a movement about mattering. Black lives matter, that love matters, that kindness matters, that whoever you are matters. I say all people matter. Just get it condensed down rather than split it up with different groups. Let's just bring us into the unity of our oneness and say that we all matter, and that when something is done to another that is unjust, it happens to all of us. The rights that a just society guarantees people are the right to free speech, the right to vote, the right to a fair trial, and so on. Where there is no justice, there cannot be peace, because someone is suffering. In an unjust situation, someone is always suffering. There's a very specific meaning of justice that I'd like to share with you. Justice is an ethical idea that people are treated impartially, fairly, properly, and reasonably by the law. And that when those rights, those actions are not forthcoming, then that society also ensures that there are actions to be taken to restore justice. So there were two giants that rose up in the quest for justice, two advocates for peace that impacted the world. Their methods were straightforward and consistent, and one addressed justice, the injustice of India, and the other one addressed the injustice here in the United States. Both died as a result of violence. They were both assassinated. And of course, I'm speaking of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. In honor of them, there's an effort, and in an effort to continue their work for peace and justice, there's been a season that's been established, a period of time in which particular focus is directed towards the principles that they lived by and the principles that they taught. And that specific length of time is 64 days, and it's called the Season for Nonviolence. It began January 30th, and that was the anniversary date of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination, and it ends on May 4th, the anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination. So there's a great principle that underlies nonviolence. Nonviolence does not tolerate violence of the spirit or of the body. And that principle that underlies nonviolence is love. Love that is spontaneous, unmotivated, unselfish, and creative. Nonviolence believes that the universe is on the side of justice. And those who practice nonviolence have a deep faith that justice will eventually win. Nonviolence chooses to love instead of hate. Nonviolence resists violence to the spirit as well as the body. Nonviolent love is active, not passive. Nonviolent love does not sink to the level of the hater. That love restores community and resists injustice. Nonviolence recognizes the fact that all life is interrelated, that there is a oneness, that we are not so much responsible for one another, but that we are a part of one another. And all this, of course, is foundation by the principle behind, the founding, the parental principle of love your neighbor as yourself. A principle that is present in all world religions. Peace through nonviolence in our social systems cannot come about at all unless there is love and nonviolence towards the self. Whatever we think, whatever we feel, whatever we believe and focus on our inner world, on our inner thoughts, on our inner realm, is the creative pattern that forms our outside experience. Again, that's the law of attraction. And this creative pattern is within our control. It's within the decisions that we make, the actions that we take, and the way we choose to interact with one another. So in order to be peacemakers in the world, true peacemakers, requires more than prayer. It requires that we raise ourselves to higher and higher levels of consciousness. Levels of consciousness that is inclusive, that is powerful, that is supportive, that recognizes that when one of us is suffering, we're all suffering. It is essentially a statement of fairness in our societies, to create a just society, a just community. We must conduct ourselves justly as well. And yet, what do? We level towards ourselves forms of violence every day if we're not careful, if we're not watchful. And some of those ways in which we do violence to ourselves, which then is a very small step to violence to others, is self-criticism. Do any of you criticize yourself? Do any of you make a mistake? And after you make a mistake, what's the self-talk after that? Well, you don't have to share that, but but just be mindful of it right now. What is the self-talk after making a mistake, or after disappointing someone, or after not meeting a standard, after failing a test, say? Just listen to that talk. Be aware of that talk. Let that self-talk wake you up to how am I thinking, feeling, believing, and speaking to myself? Is it as a loving divine being created from divinity, from the immensity of all good? Or is it something else, you know. Another way in which we do violence to ourselves is unforgiveness towards the self. When we hold ourselves in contempt for mistakes made over long periods of time, when that time there's a big distance between when that event occurred and the present moment, even if there was just another moment. It doesn't have to be like years of unforgiveness. It can be unforgiveness that happens like in 5 minutes. What do I hold myself accountable to in unforgiveness? How am I not compassionate towards myself? That daily word reading today of compassion. How am I withholding compassion from myself in the activities of my day, in the choices I make, in the outcomes that I experience? Another way in which we do violence to ourselves is through the lack of self-care. How would you describe your level of self-care on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, again, you don't have to share that. That's kind of personal, right? Yeah, but on that scale of 1 to 10, right now, as you're thinking about it, what is your level of self-care? How would you describe that? Now, I am within self-care, I'm including physical care of your body, nutrition, exercise, care of your mind through education, through learning, care of your soul through prayer, meditation, care of your intellect, care of your within your habits. You know, where's the self-carometer in that regard? If it's in the 8, 9, 10 region, that's wonderful. If it's in the 4, 5, 6 region, I think that requires and invites paying attention to. Another way in which we do personal violence to ourselves is by comparison. Ooh, there's a bugaboo. Comparison. We compare ourselves to others, compare ourselves to people in our lives who we think are better, people in lives who we imagine are judging us, or that we are trying to keep up with, we're trying to save face with. When we compare ourselves to others, it's a way of doing violence to ourselves because we are negating our own value in that. We're saying, in essence, oh, I'm not as good as her, or I'm not as good as him. I am not as good as that. It's a complete unrecognition of your own value as a person, as a human spiritual person. Another, one more way in which we do violence to ourselves that is a little more subtle, but it's nevertheless powerful. And that is when we imprison ourselves by taking away our own freedom and our own choices. And I was been hearing that in our music today too, a freedom of choice, not necessarily choice, but freedom and love and justice. That we take away our own freedom when we make statements such as, I have to, whatever it is that you want to put in there. I have to go to the store. I have to pay my bills. I have to pick up the kids. I have to whatever it is, that have to. And what that essentially saying is that you don't have a choice. When in every situation, you do have a choice. Now, if you don't do whatever, if you don't pay your bills, I have to pay my bills, so there's consequences. We pay our bills so that we don't have to. So there's not a living out of the consequences of not paying our bills, or whatever it is that you feel like you have to do. Another choice would be, I want to. Because I want to avoid the consequences, so I want to pay my bills. or I want to see you this afternoon, or I want to go to lunch. And if you don't want to, then don't. But if you do want to, do. But keep yourself out of that prison of non-choice, that you are powerless, that you don't have an option. And right along the same lines, there is the phrase, I should. I should do this, I should do that, I should. Now, I've should on myself a lot this week. With the nice weather, I had inside obligations in terms of being on my computer and composing different things, on writing, on meeting deadlines. And I kept saying to myself, and then there's the other voice, oh, I should go out to the garden because it's nice, it's not raining. Oh, I should get this part of the garden prepared for planting because on February 22nd is when I'm going to plant my peas. And so I should really get out there and get that part where I'm going to plant my peas ready to receive the peas, right? So I was should. Rather than giving myself the respect of making a choice, that I had urges to do two things that seemed to be opposed, and I chose the other. I chose not to go out as much as I wanted. I did a little bit, but not as much as I wanted. And so how we couch things when we speak about about events in our lives, about the choices that we make or the obligations that we have, the responsibilities that we want to fulfill. There's satisfaction in fulfilling responsibilities. And it feels good to fulfill responsibilities. It feels good to be depended on, to be trustworthy. It feels good to do what you have it intended to do, to fulfill a promise. That has its own pleasures. And sometimes it comes into conflict with other things that you would rather do, but we make choices. And the violence comes not in the choice itself, but in what we tell ourselves about that choice, that we have no options, when we actually do have options. And so I'm going to shift now a little bit, just a little bit of a segue. In order to truly bring about a just society, it's an inside job. A just society is built on the shoulders of individuals. It's built on our shoulders. And we each have a part to play. The biggest part is to expand our own consciousness and practice virtues rather than competition, enoughness rather than lack, and love instead of fear. And that has many, many implications on how that can be implemented in the everyday occurrences of our lives. When we are just with ourselves, when we are fair with ourselves, when we are respectful of ourselves, then that translates and can easily flow to others as well. And it may not be, it may be difficult, but then our virtue today was brave. And so being virtuous, dedicating ourselves to a just society, a just life, is an act of courage. And I see in you that you have that. You have courage because you have all of the divine attributes by nature of your spiritual selves. It is the ego that balks. It's the ego that wants to move away from what we know is true and right in establishing justice in our lives, in our communities, in our families, and in the world. So I'd like to shift now from this inner world, from this listening world, this thinking world, to the inner world of reflection, of prayer, of peace, by moving into meditation. And if you choose, you may close your eyes and just be here now, right where you are, in that chair, in this space, in this sanctuary, with these people, with me. Just be here now. Be here in the totality, the beauty, the complexity, the simplicity, the radiance of your self, of your high self. Your unperturbable self, your loving self, your awake and aware self. And every self has a center. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the geographical center of your body, but there's a place in each of us that we call our spiritual center. A spiritual center is where we feel at peace, at home, where we feel connected. And so I invite you now to bring your attention, your focus, to that spiritual center within your body. I'll give you a few moments to do that. We are created to realize Christ consciousness. And that's a big word, a big concept that sometimes feels so big that we're out of touch with it. Christ consciousness is simply the consciousness of our spirituality, the consciousness of the spiritual attributes with which we came into the world with. These are the attributes that promote health, balance, wisdom, insight. These are the attributes that, when put into practice, results in deep inner peace. There are places in our bodies, in our interactions, times in our interactions, that we become disconnected with the truth of ourselves. And when we become disconnected from the truth of ourselves, we become disconnected from the truth of others. We lose our way, we lose our place. But it's easily regained by going back to our spiritual core, our spiritual essence. So for the next few moments of silence, I invite you to reside in that deep place of peace and silence within you, that deep place of knowing that you are wise, whole, and complete. That deep place of knowing in which there is no lack, when everything is enough. That deep place that lets go and lets God. That deep center of I am. I am light, love, and life. And I am connected with the light, love, and life of all of those, on the planet, that our deep spiritual center is the same. Some are more, some are less aware. But it doesn't change the character, only the outcomes, the outpicturings. In your own way, I ask today that you dedicate yourselves to justice, to peace, to freedom within yourself, and then to let that firm foundation flow out to your world. So that you become the peacemaker. You become the lover. You become the one who is just. And so it is. Amen.
When you can't find your direction and your heart won't guide you home, let go and let God. When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost the will to trust, let go and let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go and let God. Nam yo regnikyo, nam yo regnikyo, nam yo regnikyo, nam yo regnikyo. When faith's a dying fire, there's no spark to feed the flame. Let go and let God. When your courage fails you and the well of hope runs dry, let go and let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go, and let God. Nam yo regnikyo, 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 nam yo regnikyo. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender, to surrender. Let go, and let God. Let God. let go,
Let go.
and let God,
Let God.
let go, and let God.
Oh, that was wonderful. It's been a long time since I've heard Nam-myo Renge-kyo. I like that. That's a Buddhist chant, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and it translates, do you know the translation? Surrender? Huh. Could he?
Surrender.
Yeah, surrender. Yeah. Taking a deep breath, being here on the presence of one another. Now we're shifting to our support, how we let ourselves be uplifted and held by an all-providing universe. We do that by, one of the ways in which we do that is through our giving, through our offerings, that we know that as we give, we receive. That as we open our hearts, as we open our minds, as we let go of hesitation or fear, that shift of energy just opens up channels that allow a greater flow to be part of our lives. And so if you hold your offering in your hand today, and say with me our offertory blessing. Divine love flowing as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And Guy will be coming around to collect those offerings. As he's doing that, I just want to mention that if you want to know more about the season for nonviolence, that there's lots of material on the webpage, on its webpage, and also there's programs. The Association for New Thought Alliance has outlined every week of the 64 days into practices during a month that would promote nonviolence. And some of those are creativity, of course, prayers for peace, integrity, practicing integrity, harmony, practicing accountability, making amends. Those are all activities that will promote peace, as well as obviously forgiveness, understanding, letting ourselves coming to understanding within conflict, of trying to understand another person's point of view, the willingness to have win-win situations rather than a one-upmanship, being able to negotiate so that both have wonderful experiences. Being aware of when we're slipping into competition and instead of competing, restraint and working together. Respect, oneness, patience. Exercising patience is a way to show nonviolence. So I invite you to go there to the webpage and to find out more about it. And perhaps you'd be moved to participate personally. Not only was that the energy that builds the season, but it also builds the nonviolent practices within ourselves too. And so we bless these offerings now. And I acknowledge each one of you in the lives that these offerings came from, and your willingness and joy in sharing them with this community. And so in directing that energy, we affirm that one presence and one power is active in the universe, in this church, in our lives, on every single level. And that whatever we perceive to be a barrier to the flow of divine prosperity, we call it a lie and step beyond that lie into the truth that there is enough for me, there is enough for you, there is enough for all. May these gifts go forward to not only support the needs of this community, but also extend beyond our walls to contribute to the life and well-being of those in the larger community of Kent. With gratitude and love, we let go and let God. And so it is. Amen. So, we've come to the end of our service. So it went a little long, longer than usual, but hey, we had a good time, right? Yeah, okay. So if we come together and join our circle, and we'll sing our peace song. And it is really true that as we're singing this song, really connect. Let yourselves connect with the truth that peace begins with me. Peace begins right here within our own selves. So. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And we'll say together our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light that is God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love that is God. The power of God protects us. I am the power that is God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence that is God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. So go out and be God in the world this week. Have a great week. And come on downstairs for some conversation and nourishment. Thank you.